Alrighty, so here we have a 2016 Ford Escape, and I'm sure I've talked about this on the channel before, but I haven't really posted in a while, so I'm going to pretend I haven't. If you'd told me a year ago that Escapes were cool, I'd have been like, what are you, crazy? This is a total soccer mom car. This isn't cool. But, yeah, this thing is super cool. Okay? The four-wheel drive system on this thing is awesome. The turbocharged four-banger actually produces some pretty decent power. This car is 0 to 60 in, it's either 5.8 or 6.8 seconds. Its quarter mile is like 14.9 seconds. So it's not even a slow car. Like 10 years ago, this would have been a fast fucking car. Pardon me. Like I said, the four-wheel drive works awesome. These are literally cheap winter tires that are soft and cracked, and I was mudding in it and never even came close to getting stuck. This vehicle is genuinely badass. Lots of cargo space in the back. You can put the seats up and seats 5, although can't imagine comfortably. But one thing I will say about this, about the 3rd gen Escapes, muddy. These seats are terrible, both drivers and passenger. So looking at them, it's like, oh, they're captain's chairs, but no, it's literally just a shitty fold-up chair with like very little actual support. Even the driver's side, which is lumbar support, you feel like you're sitting on a wooden board, like it's that uncomfortable. But yeah, lots of cargo space. Battery can sure take me plugging in a whole bunch of crap to it. Sport mode's got one of those stupid button thingies, which is crap, but actually surprisingly helps on the freeway for fuel economy. You're putting it into sport mode, and then that way you can physically lock it into 6 instead of it trying to drive around in 4th for some reason. Honestly, I used to hate modern technology, but ever since I started getting into Fords with the touch screen and the Bluetooth, now I just don't want a car without it. But I also disabled the daytime running lights, which if you guys are familiar at all with my channel, you know are something that bugged the shit out of me. So now all the lights are fully manual, although those fog lights aren't going to be seeing shit. Or the running lights for that matter, they're blocked out too. But yeah, I got a roof rack, megaphone, high beams on the front. The ones on the outer edge point directly in front of the car, so that if you're about to hit a rock, those will show you the rock. And the two in the middle are further ahead and up, so that you can see what's ahead on the trail. And yes, I do actually take this thing night trailing, and through bushes and trees and shit. For those of you wondering what's with all the zip ties, when I put my spare, like not this spare wheel, but like an actual full-size mudder wheel up here with a jerry can full of gas and some wooden boards for traction and shit, this thing starts to completely fall apart, and it basically vibrates off of the mounts and slides around. So the zip ties are to keep it from sliding around. And before you ask, these each have 140-pound tensile strength, so yes, it will hold. These ones now obviously are not for people tailgating or blinding me with their high beams. These are for reversing in the trail, and the reason being, the reverse cam doesn't work if there's no light. And so even though it does have reverse lights on the trail where there's 0 light and pitch black, the reverse lights are not enough and you can't see shit out the back, and the reverse camera stops being useful. There's another thing, reverse camera. That is a handy tool. Dual exhaust, very, very quiet, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't have them on right now, but I do have proper off-road tires on just like some cheap steel rims that came with the guarantee, so if I broke them off-road, they'd replace them. But honestly, when I first bought it, I was kind of iffy. It just kind of had all the things put together that I needed. I needed something bigger than a car. I wanted something You know, it had navigation, it had four-wheel drive, it had the rain things on the windows, it had roof rack, it had chrome rims, it was black, and it literally had every little thing that wouldn't make you get a car. Like, I'd like to have this, I'd like to have that. It literally had every single thing that I could think to, oh, I'd like to have that. So it really became a matter of, when I was looking at this, it just had literally every single thing I could think of that I wanted. And I mean, if you remember my van, I genuinely love driving my van. And this is a turbocharged four-wheel drive version of the van, so I can't get mad about that. But I just love how good this thing looks muddy. Oh, this thing looks good. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna fangirl over this like I did the Camaro, and it's not as cool as the Trans Am. But in terms of like an everyday vehicle, this is genuinely such a good mix of practicality with just a little bit of fun in it. It's a proper sport utility vehicle. With the turbocharger, it's legitimately sporty. And in terms of utilitarian, with the back seats folded down and the roof rack, you can put so much shit in here, so it's utilitarian. And in terms of being a vehicle, it didn't get stuck in the mud, so that's a damn good vehicle.